All right, turned it up, Eddie.
Turned it up. Get turned.
Hey guys, we're back with another episode of WOD Science. This week we're going to be covering progressions in the pull-up because we know there's a ton of you out there that want to get that first pull-up.
Episode 3, Season 2.
Episode 3, Season 2. We're going to bring you through some progressions on that pull-up, starting with banded pull-downs, going all the way up to the pull-up. Things that you could be working on, should be working on, if you want to get that pull.
Absolutely. All right, maybe I don't have it yet, but we're going to talk about getting that first pull-up. So we're not worried about kipping or butterflying right now. We're strictly worried about building upper body strength, making sure we got that bicep strength, our lat strength together so we can actually pull ourselves up over that bar. And I know that's what everyone wants to do, so that's what we're going to try to achieve here with some of these movements. The first one we're going to be working with is banded lat pull down. So we have this awesome contraption here that Dave put together for us. I hope this isn't too much resistance for me. But here we're going to be focusing on that lat strength, right? So when we come over to our pull up, we need those lats to fire in order to pull ourselves up and over. So here we're going to build that lat strength. So widen your hands out a bit, and the only thing we're doing here is we're pulling straight down through our body. So when I come and contact it, all the way through.
Okay guys, so when it comes to pull-ups and you're getting your first pull-up, there's a million things you can do that would help you. I'm just giving you some of the rundowns and some of the progressions that we like to use in the gym. But like Eddie touched on before, you need those lats to be turned on. What that's going to do is it's going to help you with your pull-up, but it's also going to help you with your toes to bar. Okay, so you need lat strength. Lat strength is that big meaty muscle in here. So the lat pull down is an excellent way to get that going. Other things you could be doing that we're not necessarily going to go over in this video is rows. Okay, so ring rows are good. Bent over barbell rows are really good. And then you can also be doing bicep curls because you need the biceps to be firing in that pulling motion. Okay, so you could be doing some bicep curls. Just make sure when you're doing those, you're not doing the old kipping motion. They should be lighter weight and something that you can control and come back down without moving the body. So a good way to do is that put your back up against the wall and do some curls. But progression number 2, after you've kind of mastered those banded pull downs, would be a barbell pull up. Okay, so this one's going to work more range of motion, and I can slowly start to bring this bar up higher and higher. One of the mistakes that I see people do though is we turn this into a ring row or a barbell row here. It's good for building the back muscles, but when we're talking about range of motion, getting into that pull-up position, you got to make sure that you're directly underneath the bar. Now, I'm going to be here, and what I'm going to do is lift myself up with my legs and pull myself up as high as possible. Now, you want to make sure that it doesn't become a squat movement, so make sure that this would be a little bit too low for me, but this is just for demo purposes. I want it to be as high as I can go, so when I'm here, my arms are fully locked out. As you can tell, they're bent. We want it fully locked out, and I can even go on one toe to pull up, and then I want to go slow and controlled back down. And as I go in that eccentric mode, I'm kind of using my arms to really hold myself up and taking it out of the leg. Okay, so the leg's going to help me up a little bit, and then I'm going to slow and control back down. That slow and controlled back down is going to be essential to getting that pull-up. So if we work the reverse of the pull-up, you're actually going to get pull-ups a lot faster. And Coach Eddie's going to talk about box pull-ups next, and then we're going to get into the negative pull-ups, which will kind of translate to what I just told you.
Hey guys, so we're going to be talking about our box pull-up, and you might think I'm in a pretty goofy position right now, but this is to take out the squat motion in here and make sure that I'm using that upper back. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is we're going to want to find a box. Find a good height, that way I can be fully extended up on the bar like I just was. Hop back up. My hands are fully locked out, fully extended here. And the first thing that we want to do before we even start pulling is I want you to pull up just a little bit and activate those lats. And then we're going to go through, pull through, back down. Pull through, back down. And staying on that tippy toe, that'll take out the fact of you using your leg to lift you up as in a squat, right? Because we want to be using our upper body this entire time, so staying on your tippy toe will help us do that. I did.
You ready? Okay guys, the last progression that we really like to use is a negative pull-up. Now the negative pull-up, if we don't have that full range where we can't pull, so you're kind of stuck right here, a great way to do it is actually work the negative. So what we're going to do is we're going to get up on the top of that bar, we're going to come back down slowly and controlled to recruit the muscles in a negative pattern, and actually that's going to translate into more of a pull. Now if you noticed, we haven't taken you through any progressions on the kipping pull-ups or the butterfly pull-ups yet. That's going to come later. We want you to really master the strength portion of the pull-up before we get you into kipping. And that's part of the reason why we didn't do any banded pull-ups, where we loop the band over the top and come through. A lot of times, let's say if we were to show you that, the band is on stretch, full stretch, and at the bottom portion of that pull-up, that band is actually helping me the most, so we don't really see a lot of engagement of the lats, and it actually turns them off, and then we don't really see that translate into better movement later. The other thing that happens with it is when we're doing them in a WOD, we see a lot of people swinging with the band and they can't control it, and then it just becomes into like really bad movement patterns, so that's why. So here we go, we're gonna get up on the box again, and this time we wanna find a box. So you can stack plates on top of this, but you wanna start at the top portion. So I want my chin over, and then I'm just gonna kind of come off the box, hold up, and then slow and controlled back down. Okay, use the box to come back up, hold up here, come off the box, slow and controlled back down. And I would take myself through as many sets as I could, you know, maybe 5 to 10 reps of it, and then kind of just shake it out. If I practice that, and you go through all the progressions that we showed you, I'm pretty sure you'll be having a pull-up pretty soon. Remember, optimize your body,
Optimize your potential.
optimize your life. We'll see you guys next time.
Take care.